Texas is about to go to war with the U.S. The Texas border is now a place full of chaos and tension as immigrants from South America attempt to get into the U.S. They are getting violently stopped by the Texas Guard and a 7-foot barbed wire. Joe Biden has threatened Texas to take the wire down, but they refused. This is literally how civil wars start. But what does this mean for us? The Texas border is going completely nuts. Texas has taken the unprecedented step of constructing a massive 7-foot-high barbed wire fence along its border to stop migrants. Joe Biden has expressed strong disapproval of Texas's actions, particularly the barbed wire barrier. His demand to Texas remove the wire within 24 hours. However, Texas stands defiant, refusing to comply, instead calling up additional National Guard troops in open defiance of the White House. The situation has escalated to the point where even Oklahoma is deploying troops to support Texas, neither side backing down. Do you think we will enter a civil war?
All right, Shalom Israel. Giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and double honor to our leadership, the apostles and elders. Peace, mercy, and grace to the household of faith, the elect. Beginning with the 144,000. And welcome back to another lesson, man. I was inspired to just do something quick as I saw this alert from End Time Headlines from a pastor. Andrew Womack said civil war would be worth it if it meant getting Trump back into the White House. And, it's a lot of talks about, this civil war thing to pop off in the United States, which, pretty much, we heard this first, which was from our leadership. They've been saying that civil war was going to break down in the United States again, because it did happen back in the 1860s. But, they've been saying this is going to happen again. We've been saying it's going to happen again because it's in the scriptures. Let me start with Matthew 24 and verse 3, and I'm going to jump down. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? I'm going to look up sign. Sign, mark, token. All right, token, sign. What will be the mark that Yahushua is coming back, right? Jump down to verse 7. For a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So I wanted to highlight rumors of wars. This whole civil war thing is a rumor right now. So you have this guy saying it, and then you have it, floating around and circulating through TikTok, Twitter, people talking about it. And then also you have 25 states, which is half of the union, in support of Texas in the border control fight. Okay. Almost all of the U.S. Republican governors have signed on a statement backing Texas Governor Greg Abbott in his bitter fight against the federal government over border control. So we're going to see what happens. They say we stand in solidarity with our fellow governor, Greg Abbott, in the state of Texas in utilizing every tool and strategy, including razor wire fences to secure the border. The letter signed by 25 Republican governors, because the Biden administration has abdicated its constitutional compact duties to the states. Texas has every legal justification to protect the sovereignty of our states and our nation. So let's go ahead and hit Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. They shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? City against city, kingdom against kingdom. Now I want to get Deuteronomy 28:68. As a precept, it says, And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Now, Egypt, children of Israel were in captivity in Egypt, right? But Egypt was next door to the land of Canaan, to Israel. It didn't require going there on ships. So this really, in the spirit, is talking about us coming here on slave ships. All right, this captivity that the Southern Kingdom came by way of cargo slave ships, the transatlantic slave trade. This is that Egypt that we came into again with ships. And this is that same Egypt that the Lord said I would set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. He's saying he's going to cause a divide between the people. And this is all signs that the Lord about to, show himself, man. He about to come back, all right, via his son. All right, this is Luke 12. Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there should be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And people are divided, politically. You have, or even generationally, you have Generation X, baby boomers, Gen X, more the older traditional people that are divided against, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, these newer conservative, progressive thinking people. You have those that are divided based on sexuality, those that are divided based on political beliefs, those that are, divided based on older spiritual views versus newer spiritual views. All right, and the divisions is happening all over the place, and the Lord is showing yet more signs that his coming is nigh. All right, 2 Esdras 9 and 4, it says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Okay, the manifest means obviously clear, it's plain. So it's clear that we at the end. When you have a nation divided against itself like the way the United States is, it can't succeed. All right, it can't continue. Mark 3 and 25 in the NLT, it says 3 and 24, a kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. Okay, that's the point. This is a great kingdom, which we've been, sanctified to prophesy against it. And it's divided, and it's going to collapse because the people are not united. They're not on the same page. It can't stand. Matthew 15 and 14, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And why is there going to be sedition? People are looking at Biden and his government as illegitimate. They're looking at these people as breaking the Constitution, violating the rights and liberties of the people. They're looking at them being people that are deliberately destroying the nation that their beloved forefathers helped to establish, right? And they feel like, I think the Constitution even calls for militias to come together if there's a threat to the to the nation or some shit like that, to the well ordering of the country, or the whatever, the government, so to speak. Look what I just turned to here. It says the growing political divide in the United States has sparked speculations that a war can break out at any moment over the escalating feuds between Republicans and Democrats. Trump supporters have repeatedly suggested that if he doesn't win the 2024 election, there will be a civil war. Trump is currently the front runner in the Republican primary race. You see? So, hey, Spirit had me turn right to something good. That pretty much backs up everything, I just was saying. There's a great political divide and people on edge, and they saying, hey, if this don't go, because if Biden gets another re-election, it's going to be game time. People going to lose their shit out here, man. And we're going to see this thing come to fruition. 2 Esdras 15 and 14, for the sword, or 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Ultimately, the missiles are going to get shot off, right? And one people shall stand up and fight against another. That's going to be the political divide. That's going to be those that are supporting the Trumps, that party versus the other party, okay? And swords in their hands, which are going to be those guns. right? And also, then I had another something else in my mind I wanted to get, but it slipped me. Oh yeah, let's get Revelation 13, because this is orchestrated chaos to bring about a new system that's gonna take away all the little rights that we have left anyway. Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and those two horns like a lamb go into those political parties too. You could say your Trump supporters and then your Biden supporters, your democracy supporters and your Republican supporters, your left and your right, right? And both sides are being used to bring about a solution, a new solution based America, and worldwide system structure. Like in the Purge, you had the new founding fathers of America. It was a new order, a new government, and the old order, the old way was done, and then the new government, you had an annual purge, and so they creating and setting up these purge like conditions, all hell breaking loose in these inner cities, particularly blue cities, and they using a lot of political left and right divide and turmoil in order to bring this thing to pass. So, we just got to stay out the way and continue to watch and stay prayerful and hopeful that the Lord, continues to cover us and guide our steps through this. So, Lord willing, this is a edifying lesson to the point, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shah, and to the next one. All right, Shalom.